Hey guys, I was watching Midnight Diner on Netflix recently. Awesome show if you're into Japanese food and culture, by the way. They made a cream stew and it looks so delicious and comforting, I had to show you guys my take on it. In this video, I'll show you how to make a cream stew so smooth and creamy, packed with vegetables, 100% from scratch. And if you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. First, I'll cut up a few chicken thighs, skin on preferably, trim off the excess skin and fat, cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then give them a good dusting of all-purpose flour. Then I'll put a pot over medium-low heat, put about a tablespoon of oil or fat in there, wait until it starts shimmering, and then put the chicken pieces skin side down. Cooking skin side down first will render out some of that chicken fat and add more flavor to the stew. And while the chicken is cooking, we can take this time to prepare some vegetables. The vegetable cooking times will differ, so I'll be cutting them in the order that I'll be putting them in the pot, but you can also cut all the vegetables before you start cooking, which is a better technique anyway. First, I got a couple Yukon Gold potatoes here, but russet potatoes work as well. Peel the skin off those guys and give them a quick rinse. Keep an eye on the chicken and turn them after they've started to brown on the first side, which took a couple minutes. And I got a couple carrots here, and I like to cut them into triangle type chunks by rotating the carrot as I cut. Then I'll cut some yellow onions into bite-sized pieces, and you can also use whole pearl onions here instead. I mean, pearl onions are kind of cool, they're like little baby onions, kind of cute. The potatoes will be cut into bite-sized chunks as well. The onions, potatoes, and carrots are all going to go into the pot with the chicken at the same time because they take roughly about the same amount of time to cook and soften up. And now would also be a good time to add a sprinkling of kosher salt to season the vegetables as they cook. Add some chicken or vegetable stock to barely cover the vegetables, and then put a lid on and simmer on a low heat until the vegetables have become fork tender, about 10 minutes or so. Next up, we'll cut up some broccoli florets into bite-sized pieces and set those aside. And by the way, other popular vegetables for this dish include mushrooms, corn, baby corn, peas, green beans, and it's pretty much one of those dishes where like, man, I need to eat more vegetables, bro. And this is kind of like an easy way to get more vegetables into your diet because pretty much anything that you put into this cream stew soup, it's gonna taste pretty good. After the carrots and potatoes have become fork tender, we'll put the broccoli florets in the pot, cover, and let the broccoli cook until they become tender and bright green, about 3 to 4 minutes or so. Then we'll remove all of the pot contents into another bowl, or whatever container, and then set them aside while we prepare the creamy part of the stew. I know if y'all made it this far into the video, y'all love that creamy action, am I right? I do love some creamy action myself, so that's why I was so motivated to make this video for you guys. So a common way to make this in Japan is to add a powdered roux that you can buy at the store, and that'll make a nice smooth and creamy stew, but it's actually pretty easy to make it from scratch at home. All you need are all-purpose flour, butter, and milk. Whole milk, preferably. I guess it might be a common mistake to make a chalky, floury roux that doesn't dissolve properly into the stew when you're making it from scratch.
だってうちのクリームシチューと味が全然違ったんだもの。後でその子のお母さんは市販のルーを使ってたって分かったの。うちのお母さんはルーを手作りしていて、小麦粉がダマになって粉っぽくて。
But I'll show you guys a technique that should give you a smooth stew every time. So basically, cream stew is combining a soup stock with the vegetables and stuff, and a creamy bechamel sauce. And a bechamel is a white sauce that is considered one of the French mother sauces. The bechamel gives the stew its creaminess, and as you can see here, it's used in a multitude of different dishes. From French to Italian to American cuisine, the bechamel is used as a base for a lot of gravies, cheese sauces, creamy sauces in general. For example, Southern biscuits and gravy. Even Dairy Queen uses it in their chicken strip basket, which is delicious, by the way. Anyways, we'll put the pot back on a medium-low heat and melt in 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. After completely melted and the bubbling subsides, we'll stir in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We'll cook this for about a minute or so to cook out that raw flour taste, and it should smell sort of like a finished pie crust. I mean, I like certain things raw, but not raw flour taste, if you know what I mean. Next, the most important step to making this nice and smooth sauce is we're going to turn off the heat and take our milk and add just a small starting amount, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and whisk that in. It'll become like a really soft, doughy type texture. Then the next step is just to add the rest of the milk still off the heat and whisk it up to break up the roux pieces, and it'll slowly dissolve into the milk. After most of it has dissolved, put the bechamel back on a low-medium heat and keep whisking until you get a smooth sauce. Don't forget to scrape out the roux in the corners of your pot, and you can just revel in the fact that you just made a smooth, unbroken, creamy, white bechamel sauce. You're welcome. But if it didn't work out for you, then I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sorry. After that, just add back in the chicken, vegetables, and stock into the pot and stir it until everything is combined. I'd add about a tablespoon of kosher salt to start, and then you can add more to taste. Finish it off with some white or black pepper to taste, and it's all done. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.